On Swift Horses is based on a 2019 novel by Shannon Poulter, and I guess it must have been a hit. I didn't personally read that book, but it must have been a hit because they decided to make a movie about it. This movie is very much a step back from that popcorn fare that people have become obsessed with. But I really do think that movies like this are extremely important because they help remind us that not every movie needs a huge budget in order to be good. You don't have to have tons of action, tons of explosions, all kinds of CGI for a movie to actually make an impact. So I am all about a good indie film, but is this film a movie worth seeing in cinemas? Let's discuss. On Swift Horses takes place in the 1950s and features various characters, but it mostly focuses on Muriel, her husband Lee, and his brother Julius. It's about a couple that decide they want to move out of the rural sticks that they're living in and go all the way across the country to San Diego to try to get a piece of that American dream. This is the time period when homeownership wasn't completely unobtainable, and yet it still was not easy to get. You had to have your ducks in a row in order to make it happen, which is the reason why Lee, Muriel, and Julius decide that they're going to put their money together in order to get this house dream accomplished. But Lee's brother Julius, he's very wishy-washy. He is someone that you can't entirely count on to follow through on the things that he says he's going to do, which is why he ends up not following them to San Diego and he goes to Las Vegas and he falls in love. And at the same time, Muriel is also discovering something about herself that she didn't realize was there, and not just her love for betting on horse races. That is where this movie's title must come from. This film and its story, it's all about discovery and finding out who you are and finding that courage to live your truth and be who you are in a world that likes to push people into molds and try to make everybody be clones of each other. This was a time where if you were not fitting exactly into this particular mold, you were shunned, you were looked down on, you were judged, maybe even attacked. This was not a great time to be discovering that you're not like everyone else. And if you did discover that you feel that way, well, you had to keep it a secret in order to protect your own safety. This was a time period where if you were gay, you were not allowed to let people find out about it, lest you get hunted down. Damn, what a terrible time to live. I think we've made big progress, but I can still see that there are people in this world that would love nothing more than to send us right back to that so that they can push their beliefs and their lifestyle right onto everyone else. It's kind of a bummer. There's really no weak performances in this film. Jacob Elordi, Will Poulter, Daisy Edgar-Jones, Diego Calva, and Sasha Calle all breathe life into these complicated characters and try their best to make you truly care about them. And it's clear that a lot of effort was put into making this story something that is going to resonate with people, that audiences are going to connect with. And while I was engaged for quite a bit of this movie, there was more times than I prefer where I started feeling just plain bored. And I can't help but wonder if some of the messaging that the novel has inside of it got lost by me not caring about some of these characters as much as I could have. And I'm not saying I didn't care about them at all. I did feel empathy for them, especially for Julius and for Muriel, actually. I mean, obviously, as a gay person, I can connect to this idea of having to lie and hide who you are, and it's just a terrible bullshit, awful way to live. But at the same time, some of their other strifes, some of their other plot points just were not pulling me in as much as I would have wanted. One thing I will say I kept thinking about while I was watching this film, though, is the importance of family and how easy it is to lose that connection to family when you have somebody in your family who is a bit more problematic, who is more of a drainer rather than a giver, who just constantly takes, and makes you feel like you're barely able to stay afloat. But I did find it truly inspiring seeing just how much Lee did care about his brother Julius, despite his mistakes, his impulsiveness, his inability to take accountability for some of his actions. And it had me wondering, am I doing all I can do in my life to make sure I am maintaining these family connections? And the answer is definitely no. I have a wall up and I don't forgive easily, and I have some family members, I'm not gonna name names, but some people that I have just come to not feel so close to. They've done things that wronged me and made me feel like I just don't care that much. But perhaps an important thing to take out of this movie is that you only get one family, and so let's try to remember that even the ones that test you, that make you feel like they are just taking, they're toxic, they're let's remember they are still our family, and we only have one family. Anyways, it's a mostly entertaining film, but I have certainly seen better. So for me, this movie is a 6 out of 10. I really wanted to like this a lot more than I actually did. I like this cast. This cast is great. I am so impressed with Will Poulter's maturity as he becomes more and more of an actor. It's been really inspiring to see. This man is great, and if you need proof, you gotta watch him in The Bear. His scenes in The Bear, he is just killing it in that series. So that's my thoughts on this movie. Did you see this movie yet? Are you planning on seeing it? If you did see it, once you do see it, put your thoughts on it in the comments. Let me know. Do you disagree with me? Do you think this is one of the best movie adaptations of a novel you've ever seen? Or do you kind of agree that it's a little bit slow and lackluster? If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to hear more things from me, subscribe to this channel. Later.